Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to discuss calculation of mode for grouped data. So mode for grouped data. I'm going to use an example of data that has been given in groups form. And so we have data for age, and then we have the frequency. So in this case, we will have a class which has a lower boundary of 20 to 24 and a frequency of 2. Then we have the next class, which will be from 25 to 29. The next class will be 30 to 34. And then the next class will be 35 to 39. Our next class will be 44, 40 to 44. And then the next class will be 45 to 49. So basically those are the classes. So the frequencies we will run as follows. It will be 2, 14, 29, 43, 33, and then finally 9. So I'm going to introduce a column for cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency, which is written as CF. So for this case, it will be 2 you add to 14, you get 16. Then 16 you add to 29, you get 45. 45 you add to 43, you get 88. 88 you add to 33, you get 121. And then 121 you add 9, you get 130. So basically the formula for calculating the mode is given as follows. Mode equals L plus, you open a bracket, D1 all over D1 plus D2, you close the bracket, then you multiply by C. So the L will denote the lower class boundary of the model class, the lower class boundary of the model class. The D1 will denote the difference between the largest frequency and the frequency immediately preceding it. The difference between the largest frequency or the model frequency and the frequency immediately preceding it. The D2 is the difference between the largest frequency or the model frequency and the frequency immediately following it. So in this case, the model frequency will be the largest frequency in our case, which is 43. 43 will be the largest frequency, and this will be the model class. So our model class will be the class 35 to 39. So the lower class boundary for this case will be 34.5. Then plus, you open the bracket. Our D1 will be given by the difference between the model class and the class immediately preceding it in our case. So it will be 43. The D1 will be given by 43. You subtract the class preceding is 29. The class preceding is 29, so it will be 43 minus 29. So you will have the difference will be 14 all over a D1, which is still 14, plus D2, which will be D2 will be given by, our D2 will be given by 43 minus the class succeeding, which is 33. So here you're going to have 43 minus 33, which is 10. Then you close the bracket, you multiply by C, which is our C is the class width. The class width will be given by the difference, which is 39.5 minus 34.5. So the difference you're going to get is 5, so you multiply by 5. So computing this using the calculator, you're going to get 34 37.5 plus the 14 all over 24 multiplied by 5. And if you calculate this, you're going to get an answer, which is, I use my calculator to do that. So I'm going to work out the bracket first, which will be 14 all over 14 all over 24, then I multiply by 5, which gives me that one, which is 22.916. Then I'm going to add a 34.5, and this gives me my mode as 37.416, and that is basically how you calculate the mode of a grouped data.